What's going on, YouTube? This video you're about to watch is a little longer. It's probably a half an hour or so long. I have compiled some information from various sources and put it together in this video uh, to make you aware of it. And there's nothing here that's new information. I don't have any new facts on anything. This is all stuff that's already out there, but you may or may not have seen it. And I think it's all stuff you have to understand and be aware of, particularly if you are involved in Shiba Inu, in Shibarium testnet, in the ecosystem with Bone, Leash, any of those things. Uh, there's a lot going on, and we're waiting for it all to kind of play out. But in the meantime, you can't bury your head in the sand. You have to know what's actually happening here. So if you don't have time to watch the whole video right now, come back and watch the rest of it later or whatever. But watch this one to the end. Uh, Basically, I just want everybody to be safe. And I don't know that you're not safe, but having the information might help you to make that determination on your own. All right, here we go.
The scenery outside reminds me of my pride, reminds me of my will. At the windowsill, I sit and see the grays, the children they all play and laugh amongst themselves. Somehow remind me of myself on the merry-go-round.
What's happening, YouTube? It's Trev. No, I'm not home. I'm actually dog sitting my girl's dog, some kind of skin condition or whatever. Anyway, the thing's scratching holes in herself or whatever. So we're gonna run some medication from the vet, and I'm just, since I had the day off today, which was unexpected, I decided to come over and just kind of hang with her and make sure she's cool. All right. Anyway, speaking of dogs, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things going on within this Shiba Inu ecosystem. And I hate calling it that because it's really we're really not sure what it has anything to do with Shiba Inu, but there are ties anyway. So I just want to zip you through some things as fast as I can, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a slightly longer one because there's quite a bit of information that I want to point you to so you can kind of have an idea of some things that are going on. And I want to start, let's start here actually. And this is an article that was released, the Crypto Basic, and it is about Shibarium. So Shibarium was accused of copying the code from somebody else, right? And so this this reporter or whatever did a little interview and got down to some information. So I'll read through this quickly with you. Kripstein, at Mr. Donji G, the Firechain and Rinia testnet developer, has refuted claims that developers of Shiba Inu's Ethereum Layer 2 protocol, Shibarium, stole or cloned his code. They did not copy my code, the developer wrote in a Telegram message in response to inquiries from the Crypto Basic. They used the chain ID. My code would have been open sourced and free, he added. That wouldn't have been a problem if they did. Everything I create or fork is open source and free to use. According to the self-professed Shiba Inu lover, his only gripe is that Shibarium developers used his chain ID. Okay, and then you can read through the whole thing, and it goes through some of the actual conversation that was had to basically prove the point here. So this particular developer says that it's the chain ID that was used, not the code itself. So it just kind of brings up questions as to how in the world that even happens, right? And I'll take you through some other things, but so for context, a chain ID is one of two identities. Identifiers for Ethereum chains. It is used in transaction signatures and should be different for each chain. This is because if two chains have the same ID, transactions signed on one would also execute on the other. While chain IDs are automatically generated when a blockchain is deployed, it bears mentioning that developers can change this default ID when they like. Recall that, as reported today, a member of the Bone Discord had accused Shibarium developers of cloning the code for the Renia testnet. He supported this claim by highlighting that Shibarium's recently launched beta public testnet had the same chain ID as Renia, which had launched last year. As highlighted in the report, Shiba Inu lead developers Shitoshi Kusama and Carl, I do not know how to pronounce that name. It looks like diarrhea, and I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I have no idea how to pronounce that. All right. Anyway, so Carl refuted these claims. In addition, Carl, in a Twitter thread, noted that it was an oversight on his part for failing to check if the randomly chosen chain ID had already been registered. Consequently, Carl revealed plans to redeploy PuppyNet with a new chain ID in the upcoming days. As explained in the previous report, chain ID is one of the many things that make a blockchain unique. So, my question here, right, is how in the world does this happen, really, right? So, if these chain IDs are generated randomly, is there nothing within the algorithm that does that, right? Or whatever it is, whatever it is, right? That does that. Is there nothing in there that recognizes the ID that it's randomly putting out has already been used for something else? I'm sorry about the shaky video. Again, I'm not home. This is, kind of on the fly. Yeah, is there nothing that points that out or precludes that from happening? And if not, if it is a possibility to get a randomly, put out the chain ID, right? Shouldn't it be like one of the first things that you do if you know that, right? To check that and make sure that it has not been used or isn't already linked to another project? There's so much weird stuff here that I really don't know what to make of it. No, none of it really makes sense, but one way or another, it kind of points to some incompetence, right? All right, so going on, something else that I want to kind of move to. So this Rancune person, who I wasn't familiar with until I started looking at this stuff, put on Twitter, "Holy shit, serious escalation in the official SHIB Discord. Shibarium is a ripped chain from Renia. They forgot to change the chain ID. Mod tells us about manipulation and silencing, bone, SHIB, leash, whatever," right? So this person saw that post in the Discord, saw the accusation, and jumped right on his Twitter feed, it seems, to just say, hey, this is what happened, right? I think we've all done it, right? So I can't really fault him too much, but I think what we're finding out now from the actual Renia developer is that no, he doesn't feel like that's what happened. I think the only way to kind of prove that the actual code had been copied is to take the two codes side by side and look at them, and you can tell, right, whether they're a carbon copy or not. If what happened here is that someone saw the chain ID and realized that it was same chain ID as another project, and then assumed the rest of it, that the whole thing must have been copied, they changed the name but forgot to change the ID, that's a huge assumption to make, okay? I just wish that people would be a little more careful. Now, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't there. I'm just kind of trying to piece this all together as everybody else is, right? Understand, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't have any facts here, but none of us have any facts here. We have to wait for them to come out. Still, though, we should be aware of what's going on, and so I'm trying to bring you this information. Okay, let me just jump into this. And this is actually what was said I guess in the Discord. This is from Steve. I'm not familiar with Steve, but so a Genesis file creates a blockchain. The Genesis file has many attributes. True. But the big one is chain ID. This ID is completely unique, and MetaMask and other wallet applications use it to determine which network to send transactions to. Chain ID is the simplest thing any blockchain developer looks for first when deploying a blockchain. As using an ID that already exists is just incompetent, as your chain wouldn't work properly, and everyone trying to interact with your chain would instead interact with the other chain. What we just read suggests that it works a different way. It suggests that maybe the transaction would happen on both chains. Neither one of those scenarios are what we're looking for, right? Nobody wants that kind of entanglement. Unless you somehow ask the owner of the other chain to turn their nodes off so that you could spin up a new node with a copy Genesis file. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why the developer of the other chain would agree to that. So why is it that it looks like Shibarium Testnet has taken Renia Testnet Genesis file, changed the name from Renia, but forgot to change the chain ID? So again, my question, do we have duplicate coding here? Can we show that the coding is the exact same one to the next? Because it is true that if something is open source, very often things are cloned because it gives you a jumping off point, right? Instead of typing in all that code, you can use this, just clone it because it gets you to where you want to be and then kind of develop on from that. That's something that actually happens quite often. Is that what happened here? Can we show that? I don't know. Or is it just the chain ID, and so moving backwards, all these other assumptions are being made? Renia has been live and owned that chain ID since February and was planned in December. The only way this chain ID could have been taken from Renia Testnet is if the Renia Testnet dev is telling the truth. Hold on, let me because the rest of that is over here. Telling the truth. There's no way for it to be taken over without Satoshi and Carl specifically having communication with him and asking him to reboot or tricking him so they could take his Genesis file and steal his work. I mean, I don't know. This is a lot of speculation. I don't know that any of that is absolutely true. It really doesn't even make sense that this other developer would fall for something like that. Every comment here has actual screenshots here too. I wanted to be a validator on this network, as you all know, for over 15 months. I spent 40 grand in USD on supporting it. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to blockchain. I have questions that need answering. Okay, I accept that you know what you're talking about when it comes to blockchain. That's fine. I have questions that need answering too. I still have the question of, do we have duplicate code? Is that why this assumption? That might have been clarified already by now because this happened hours ago. I'm just kind of getting to it now. So you can, read through this thread. There's a lot of stuff here. Shytoshi even chimed in here or there, but he didn't chime in with anything of any kind of substance, he's because we have factions now, right? There's Shytoshi and this little new team that he's created. From what I've been told, are some people who were actually kicked off the team previously because they were invested by the defense breed and found to have been taking part in maybe some sort of insider trading. So they were kicked off the team, and I'm being told that these people were actually brought back on the team, and this is like Shytoshi's new team now, right? So you got them, and then you got the people who were kind of kicked out, right? And kind of left in limbo, not even sure, are they fired? Are they still part of the team or whatever? You've got them, and everybody's talking against the other and making accusations about the other, right? But until some actual proof and some receipts and some screenshots and some conversations and stuff actually come out, none of us know one way or the other what is actually going on here, right? So I look forward to some of that stuff coming out, and we have some information that says some of that stuff might come out soon. So like over here, Satoshi says, so sad to see what so many of my former friends have become for greed. May you all find peace as you try to discredit us to shill whatever. I wish you all the best as we continue to push forward. Um, I've got some thoughts about that too, but actually I want to go down to the bottom here and kind of read this. So, this Rancune says, finally his answer, full of vague shit and nothing addressed. Well, I mean, that's kind of the typical Satoshi MO anyway. We never get full transparency from him. We always get cryptic messages and cryptic tweets and cryptic articles or whatever, and you're left to wonder exactly what is going on. And very rarely do we actually get any real information, right? So anyway, the final thing that was put out, I guess, according to this guy from Satoshi, is this. It says, let me say this once and for all. And he doesn't really say anything, but anyway. Half of the people in this room have spent the last weeks trying to call me names, dox my real name on socials, call me a scammer, discredit while trying to pump their bags on projects they used my name to pump in the first place. For months, while working alongside me, they went behind my back and collected enough Shibians to have these moments and appear intelligent, and have acquired by dumping with each listing enough bone to dump and make you all panic. It's a smart and also very sad play that we saw coming a mile away. I lost some very close friends in the process, and what a shame to see my once mighty team reduced to this level of normality in this space. But in the end, we have a new incredible team, as you have witnessed from the new posts, new socials, as the old ones are being locked by the same individuals who will post against this post. Notice how the SHIB Metaverse account ignored SXSW and amazing products and services fueled by a momentum that drives us forward. We build against all FUD. And let me go to it's moreover nothing, right? But it continues over here actually. So moreover nothing I can say or do will change that stance they have. So instead of giving them screenshots they'll attempt to use against us, I kindly ask that they leave this once peaceful realm on Discord and go to the new homes they have made and proudly display for the world. All right. So, hold on a second. So, here's how what are we doing? I don't know. Am I good? No, I'm going to the wrong thing. Anyway, here's how I feel about that, right? Okay, we have these different sides, right? Some people on one side, Satoshi and his people on the other side. This is strictly my opinion, okay? Everybody's accusing the other side of certain things, okay? On Satoshi's side, from Satoshi, what we're not getting any denial about any of the accusations, right? We're not getting, no, what you're saying about me is wrong, it's untrue. We're not getting any proclamations of, I can prove it, I can show you this, I can show you the text messages, I can show you screenshots, I can show you any evidence whatsoever to disprove what the other side is saying about him, right? Instead, what we're getting is, gee, you guys used to be my friends. It's really sad to see what's going on. Listen, why don't you just leave me alone, leave us all alone, and go do your other thing. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to get everybody to just disperse and be gone, which I think he probably feels is the way to get rid of his problem, right? He's given them an opportunity to skedaddle, right, and just take off and be gone. I don't find that to be a particularly strong position. I feel like that's the position you take when you cannot truly defend what is being said about you, right? So, you've got that. and you've got maybe in the background, you've got maybe threatening some people and telling some people, whatever, particularly if you know who these people really are. If they're doxed to you, you can make threats against them in some way, right? Uh, it's happened. It's happened, right? It's happened in other chains that I'm involved in within the last year. People who are undoxed have doxed people, and then those people have been harassed. They've been harassed. They've had their families harassed. They've had their jobs called. There have been death threats. There have been a lot of things that go on. You would be surprised how evil people can get when money is involved. Okay, so it's not out of the question that that's what's going on, and we're honestly actually being told in some instances that that is what's going on. So you've got Shaitoshi, who is just asking everybody to leave, not offering any defense or any evidence to the contrary. And you've got people that are saying that they're afraid to actually come out and really say anything major because he has goons who are threatening them, right? It's a bad, bad, bad situation. Now, you know, do we have absolute proof of it yet? No. But it's being said on the other side that the things that are being said about us are untrue. So there's denial about it. It's being said we have the evidence, we have the proof, we have the screenshots, we have the conversations, we have all kind of things that we can show that what's being said is absolutely inaccurate, okay, in that the rest of the community is being fooled. However, they're also saying that we need to be cautious about how we release this stuff, when we release this stuff, because we and our families are being threatened. This is not pretty at all. And for all of you YouTube people who are out there, and there's a couple off the top of my head who are trying to play like everything is hunky dory and everything is going absolutely fine here with this ecosystem and with this team, you're doing a huge, huge disservice to this community who actually needs to know all these things that are going on and needs the ability to try to push and probe for real answers because they have their real money invested. And so they need to actually understand what's happening as best they can to figure out what is their best move, okay? All right, let me take you to a couple other things, all right? I'm going to bring you actually back up to, and yeah, this is going to be a long video, which I kind of said to begin with, but I want you to see all of this stuff, all right? So I believe if I do this and this, it should take you here. Okay. So this was posted by Trophius. It says the Metaverse team that consisted of Basehead, Milkshake, Yubi, Styx, First Word, and I had no knowledge of what you are seeing on the SHIB.io website or within the Metaverse video showcased. Apparently, there were accusations of buying assets without modification of anything else. We, again, the people listed above, had no view or prior knowledge of this aspect as it randomly just appeared on Shiboshi's bar. I'm not sure what that means, but I know that some of you watching this know exactly what that means. And with other building assets. Okay, the reason we did not know anything shown is because Shaitoshi fired the entire team, while Marcy is telling us we are not fired. We were left pending, and that she's going to handle it after SXSW. She told us that we were not fired or removed, yet our access got pulled, and then all of the other weird shit started happening. And again, this was confirmed by Queenie to me directly, and I've talked about this in a previous video. They will not be transparent with us. They refuse to communicate. There's reasons why I've been quiet while I've been attacked for the last 3 months, since prior to the website. There's a lot all of you don't know that is being there's a lot you all don't know that is being silenced. I can't go into it right now, but I'm sure some of it will come to light soon. Satoshi has created manipulation against the entire team with slanderous lies and manipulation, along with members of the community to do his bidding. There are also people helping him to do this that know it's all a lie, but do it because of fame, money. And that was actually continued somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where to find that. I had seen it, but anyway, all right. So that's, that kind of spells out a little bit of why, nobody's really coming forward with some information. People are being threatened, they say, and they're scared to do it. However, they promise that some things will be coming to light. All right, so all we can do is kind of sit back and wait for that to happen. Now, I want to move to this BitBoy Crypto. BitBoy Crypto put out a quote tweet, right, on this Rancune's tweet, and he says, "Wait until I dox the founder of SHIB. It's coming this week. Heck, maybe tomorrow." Now, this confused me a little bit, okay? I think what he's talking about when he says the founder of SHIB, I think he's talking about Ryoshi. He can't be talking about Shaitoshi because Shaitoshi is not the founder of SHIB, unless someone's going to tell me that Shayoshi and Ryoshi are the same person, right? So I think he's talking about Ryoshi, and I believe that there was something earlier this week where he did try to equate Ryoshi to Sam Bankman-Fried, right? And suggested that they were the same person. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, there were some questions about that as well. So it says, from this Joseph person, I thought it was Sam, right? Because again, this is something that BitBoy suggested earlier. So he responds and says, Sam was involved early on, once the two co-founders split. Now remember, there was Ryoshi, I guess, and there was somebody else. Ryoshi kind of took it over, and the other person went and created something else. So one left and made his own chain. The main founder worked with Sam as the project got off the ground. Again, I assume he's referring to Ryoshi, right? And then someone else also said, you said that it was Sam Bankman-Fried. And he answers again, he says, there was a lot of evidence to support that. Now I understand why that evidence existed, because he was involved early on, but was not the founder. So, no proof of any of this yet. This is what is being said by BitBoy Crypto. It confused me real quick because, again, it's just funny that he's suggesting that this Ryoshi person is Sam Bankman-Fried, because there was a lot of things going on Twitter a while back, quite a while back, that suggested Shaitoshi real name also was Sam, or more specifically Sammy, right? And that I wasn't able to, if I really wanted to research, I could find it. But here was another tweet that was put out. And again, this isn't any information that I'm, uncovering. This is out there for everybody to see. On March 7th, 2023, the Truth About Shaitoshi account put this out there. These pictures, which actually, again, were on Twitter a long time ago. Somebody else brought this out. It says, all the hope of Shiba Inu army is on this 26-year-old child, Satoshi Kusama. Real name, Sammy. The Dame Coins crypto scammer. And this person's real name, this Sammy, this person's name is Sammy Halawa, I guess you would pronounce it. It's Halawa, right? You can Google it. You can find all kind of information about this person. It seems to have been proven that this person actually was involved in, a pretty decent scam, trying to maybe even blackmail some people. There was some sexual innuendos. I mean, there's all kind of things that you can find about this person. This person, if all of this stuff is true, is not a good person at all. Now, again, a long time ago, someone tried to say that Shaitoshi was actually this person. And that rumor has persisted, but for some reason, it kind of died off, right? If everybody was absolutely 100% sure that this was the case and that this was Shaitoshi, I feel like it would be more of a prominent story, right? So I don't know. Is all of this stuff that is being talked about by BitBoy, uh, does all this tie together somehow? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what's going on. It's all speculation at this point. It's all hearsay. It's all rumor. But some people say where there's smoke, there's fire, right? That's not always necessarily true. However, there is something, it seems, going on, okay? And we need to wait for all of the facts to happen. Why am I talking about all this? FUD, people are going to say Trev is just pushing this FUD. Well, let me tell you something about FUD that I've said before, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt are absolutely your friend, okay? FUD is not the way other people use it. People use it as anything that they don't want to hear, they want to call FUD. Anything that is that contradicts the narrative that they want to push, they want to call FUD. That's not what FUD is. Fear and uncertainty and doubt when you're investing your money is an absolute necessity, because it's those things that will keep you safe, will keep you asking questions, will cause you to do your DD, right? Will make you do your own research. So this is just information, and I feel it's information that everybody should know if they are invested in Shiba Inu, in Bone, in Tree, in Leash, in any of those things. If they're testing out the test net, you should know all this information and wait and keep your eyes open and wait for something, some actual facts and some truth to come out so that you'll know what to do, right? All right, the last thing I want to go to, Satoshi did respond, and there may have been other responses since then, right? But he says to BitBoy Crypto, I want my damn t-shirt. I guess BitBoy had printed up some t-shirts that he's selling or whatever. I don't know, right? And it says, and he's kind of being a smartass here, right? And he's kind of getting he's getting a 2-for-1, right? He's getting BitBoy here, and he's talking about Tropheus at the same time. It's a little childish. He says, please send it to 613 You Fud Too Much Lane, Trollpheus, Hawaii, 96706. I'll even pay the shipping. So he's, spinning the name Tropheus and calling him Trollpheus or whatever. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm really, really just, I don't know, a little tired of it all. I also called a lot of this a long time ago. I said that Shibarium wasn't going to do anything to help Shiba Inu, and now not only is it not so far helping Shiba Inu, or we don't really know how it's going to burn or anything like that, it's causing drama. It's causing drama in the whole community, right? Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open is all that I'm saying, right? Watch for some facts to come out. Be very careful with your money. Be very careful with your bags. Make your own decisions as to what you want to do as far as investing, continuing to invest, continuing to hold, to buy more, to whatever. For me, I'm not making a move any one way or the other until I start seeing some of these actual facts come out, right? But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to bring this all to you. Do whatever you want to do with the information. If you agree with it, if you disagree with it, if you have some other information that you feel like you have, whatever, leave all those comments in the comment section. Let's chat about this. Let's keep each other apprised to what's going on. Let's be aware. Let's help each other to protect ourselves, okay? Last thing I want to see, and I'm not suggesting that this is what we will see. I'm saying the last thing that I want to see is that we find out that the person running all this ecosystem, the person who's been keeping us on the chain all this time, is actually some sort of scammer. And as people get close to him and maybe getting ready to expose some of that stuff, that he packs up and flees, and then that's what they call a rug pull, right? I don't know. Satoshi has the opportunity here to prove himself correct or not, right? We don't know what's going to happen. Keep your eyes open. All right, that's my rant for today. If I find out anything else, if I get any actual facts, any actual information, I'll get that to you as soon as I can. In the meantime, be safe. Be very, very safe. Have the best day you can possibly have, and I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.